right, so it's been quite the week. Lots going on with the truck and with the car. I got the car going in to get detailed and the ceramic coating, getting it ready for ponies and the Smokies. The truck is in the garage again. What I'm going to be installing today and possibly tomorrow morning is the 1-inch Tremor leveling kit in the front and the RokBlokz standard mud guards. So I put on the new tires and it does rub a little, if you guys saw my last short on YouTube. So I'm gonna try to be taking care of that. I tried the Ford molded mud flaps. Does not work with the Tremor flares. I don't care what people say. Does not work with the Tremor flares. I wish they did. They're really nice looking and they're molded to the body and it looked really good. However, when you got to the back, it just didn't fit, didn't work. The fronts don't really work either, but they will go on. There was some rubbing on the tire under the mud flap because of how it fit with the Tremor flares. So nix that idea. Gonna go with the RokBlokz flares here. You can see here's the hardware kit and here are the flares. Come in this nice package. And to get you energized and ready to go for it, they gave you some Smarties as well. So. Or maybe they're saying you need Smarties to install these. But anyway, we're going to install those so I can get rid of the splash that's on the side of the truck. I'll show you now. So you can see there the splash on the side of the truck due to the wider tires. And I am getting paint protection film put on the rocker from here all the way down to probably underneath here, all the way back to the rear bumper. That's going on at the end of the month, but right now I need to take care of the rocks and the dirt and stuff getting kicked up on the side of the truck, which I knew was going to happen with the 285 70-17 tires, as well as the that 1.5 wheel spacers, which is fine. Like I said, I knew it was going to happen, but I had prepared to put the molded flaps on. Those didn't fit. So now we're going to go with the RokBlokz, see if they can help me out here. So I'm going to get these installed and then I'm gonna get this truck lifted up in the front. You can see here, let me get a tape measure. All right, so the way that it looks is about 6 inches of wheel gap between the tire and the bottom of the wheel fender flare. In the back, it's more than that. Looks like it's about 8 inches. So a lot of people say a 2-inch level will make the truck exactly level, and it probably will. However, I do tow my boat, and when I had the boat put onto the back of the truck last weekend, I noticed about 1.5 inch squat in the rear with the boat on. So what I'm gonna do is put the 1-inch level up front. It'll give me a little bit more rake still so that whenever I tow the boat, the squat won't look abnormally bad, like I'm from North Carolina or something with the Carolina squat. So, all right, if you can see where this is rubbing on the felt right here, we're gonna fix that by adding that lift level and possibly getting rid of the waffle behind the rear part of the front fender. But I'm gonna put these, you can see I tried to put the molded flares on. Unfortunately, it requires drilling your flares, which sucks. However, these will cover it up. So first things first is to get these unwrapped, and we're gonna start on the passenger side and get these installed. All right, so it's the next morning. The 1-inch level lift is not on yet. I ran out of time last night to get things started, but I did get the RokBlokz flares on. Now, I will say these are a super easy install. RokBlokz does recommend the XL flares for the Tremor. I don't think the XL flares come down any further, but I will say that they do come out an extra probably inch, maybe 1/2 inch. What I like, I didn't get the XLs, I got the normal ones. What I like is whenever this piece here comes to the edge of the flare. On the XL, this piece here actually comes out further, so it sticks out and then comes down. I can show a picture of that up here on the screen. of what it looks like. I prefer this look. It's more, I guess, subtle and it comes down. So they're not very wide, they're not very long, they are just enough for what I wanted. Here's the rears. I did get the black logo instead of the red or any other color, but that's how they look. I will say that longer might be a little better, but I don't want them any wider. I know the tires are quite a bit wider, but this should stop the majority of the dirt back here on the rear quarter, and then the majority of the splash that's up here right by the door. If you look at the angle of these splashes and the bottom of the tire, it'll probably capture and cut off this section here of dirt. Now, what about the rest of the section? Well, like I said, I'm getting PPF and hopefully to protect that a little bit more. So I do like them. I definitely wanted to have something there. And so I definitely like the fact that they're not huge and they're not super noticeable. They're just subtle, and that's what I was going for. So now I have to get the car out of the garage and see about getting this 1-inch level on, because as you can see, it is not level at all. Definitely down more in the front. So we're gonna try and fix that here. Now, I want to say there are a few different ways of doing this. And as you can see, I chose to drop the lower control arm out, which gives me plenty of room to get this shock out whenever I unbolt it from up there. There is no popping CV joints out or anything. A lot of people take off the ball joint up here. They take off the tie rod. They take off the sway bar end link. And they take off the hub nut right here. When you do that, you can pop all this forward, tilt it forward, and then you can get this out. Now, they don't ever disconnect these, but if you mark your alignment pins, like I've done here with the 2 nipples here, then you should be able to align them back up the way that it was and get you back on the road just fine. So that's what I've done. I've popped these out here. Now, the rear bolt for the control arm is a 15/16, and the front 15/16 as well. So there you go. And that gets everything out the way it's supposed to be. But you can see I removed the skid plate, as well as I disconnected the electronic steering. So that's how I'm going to do it. Now I'll take a 15mm ratchet wrench to get this out. The whole shock just drops out underneath. All right, so now we have the top of the shock. It's out. You can see completely out of there. So this is the Tremor Fox shock. You have an alignment pin here that's going to get in the way of the spacer. Now this is the 1-inch level spacer, not the 2-inch. It's about a 1/2 inch in diameter or so, but it's not a 1-for-1. So 1/2 inch there goes a long way. And we just take this and snip it off with a pair of dikes, or if you have something else you want to take it out with, you can take it out with a pair of pliers, it looks like. Sawzall, something to snip this off, just like that. It's just set in there. It's not like put in there. So, all right. So now you put this on the top. You see it says top there. So we're going to hammer that down onto there, into place, then put the bolts on. All right. So it is in, all done on this side. You can see, you can't see the spacer, but it is up there. And then I did have to use a ratchet strap in this hole to kind of pull the front part of the control arm back over for alignment, but you can see those marks are in there where it's supposed to be on both sides, and these are tight. 18mm, 15/16 here. Just put a wrench on this side so it doesn't spin. And then 15mm up here. That's all you need. 18mm, 15/16, and a 15mm. and you can have this on. You don't need to take the tie rod off. You don't need to take the sway bar end links off. You don't need to loosen the ball joint up here. You don't need to loosen the axle nut here. Super simple, highly recommend it, easily done, no pressure. Did it myself, like 30 minutes on each side. So do the other side, and hopefully it'll go just as smooth, and we'll get the sucker back down on its own 4 feet. And we are back on the ground. So not a whole lot of a change. Like I said, the front's just a 1 inch. It's definitely more level. It's definitely higher in the front than the back, than it was rather, not than the back. But we're gonna measure it here to see what exactly the change was. But I can tell you there's a lot more clearance with the tire and the wheel well. So if you remember before, it was like 6 inches from the tire to the top of the fender. Now it is just about 6 3/4, so not quite a full inch on this side. Let me check the other side and see if it's a difference. Yeah, about the same. So 6 3/4, 6 7/8 maybe on this side, but that is with the 1 inch level lift from Ranger lifts. And that's what the truck looks like right now. So really happy with how it turned out. Let me turn the wheels so you guys can see the difference in the, I'll show you this too. Again, this is about 8 1/4, 8 1/8 there. So one thing that I will tell you though is I did notice that after leveling it, my Tremor decal is crooked. It's kind of going up. So what I'm gonna do is replace that. I've already ordered an additional one just in case something happened to them. So I'm gonna replace that, level that out. But I'll throw a level on the bed too so you can see the difference in the leveling. But really happy with that. So let me get in and turn the wheels and let you guys see the rub. All right, so this is with it turned. So you see before it was hitting that, now it's not making any contact with it at all with that. So if I get any rubbing, what I may do is take that waffle out that's back behind there, like I said before. But it shouldn't be any problem. You can see it has full clearance there at full lock with the RokBlokz Mud Flaps too. So, but and then I'll show you the level. A lot of guys like to throw a level on there. So just about level. If I raise this up a little bit, that's level right there. So yeah, I'm happy with it though. Turned out really nice. So got another mod that we're gonna install today. I'll probably get it on this video. I'll take you around and show you that as well. This is something that I've been looking forward to for a while, even whenever I had my Jeep. And that's to put on the Roadshock LED side shooter lights on the A-pillars. So here in any minute, I should have a delivery of my brackets, my A-pillar brackets. And these will go right up here on the A-pillar. So that's the plan next. All right, so I chose to go with the LasFIT or LA-fit brackets for the lights. And what you do is you just loosen up your hood bolts here and here. You slide the plate in from the inside out, and then it comes up with the bracket right up through here, and that's where our lights are gonna mount right there. So real simple. It's just a 15mm ratchet. Loosen up those bolts, slide it in this way, and it mounts up there pretty nice. All right, so I got the lights wired in. You got them mounted, got them bolted on. That's what they look like right there. I got the wires put down underneath here, underneath this pad, coming out here, and then grounded here. And for those who don't know, underneath your auxiliary box is a group of wires that has for your auxiliary switches, and they're down here. Let's see if I can reach them. This is what they look like. They're in a little grouping right here. So I've got this connected to number 2, which is the green and brown power, and then ground to that ground right there. and I've got the wiring loom over across the way. So what these look like, let me put this down here, what these end up looking like is this. Whenever you put them on, whenever you tilt this up, it goes with the hood, right? So this is what it looks like right here. So I gotta adjust them still. They're probably a little high, but I am gonna have them as deer lights, so they're gonna be out to the sides like that. And that's what they look like on the truck. Really like how they kind of subtle, not real, they don't jump out at you, but that's what they're gonna be. So I'm gonna do a night shot now. I'll show you what they look like at night, and I'll adjust them for you. All right, so this is at night. This is what it looks like. And this is a straight on picture. The lights, you can't really tell in the video maybe, but they're the same exact color as the stock LED Lariat headlights. So, and I'll come around here to the side, let you guys see what it looks like. I mean, I'm getting good bright light all the way around here. So you can see it kind of dims there, but even right here, directly to the side, you can see that pod light is really shining to the side for that. So really like them. Let's go inside. Okay guys, so it is nighttime. We are in the truck, and I'm gonna flip these switches so you can see. First of all, this is regular beams, not high beams, just low beams in the normal stock headlights, Lariat LEDs. And this is high beams for the Lariat. And I'm gonna flip the switch now for the other lights. So this is with the side shooters. You can see out to the side there. You can turn them off and on. This is my ditch lights basically. And that's how they look. A lot more light for sure. So low beams and ditch lights. And then flip the high beams on right there. So I'm gonna back up a little bit so we can see a difference maybe back here. So the disbursement on the lights. There you go. Try that. A little different there maybe. Low beams, no lights. High beams and ditch lights. A lot more light up there. Be great on those country back roads. All right guys, thanks for watching the video. Long video, I know, but make sure you guys subscribe, like the channel, and you know, leave a comment down below. Let me guys know what you think of the video. I'll see you guys here soon. Take care.